And now let me describe the human situation in a parable about ignorance and learning. Imagine there are men living at the bottom of an underground cave, whose entrance is a long passageway that rises up through the ground to the light outside. They have been there since childhood and have their legs and necks chained so they cannot move. Their heads are held by the chains so that they must sit facing the back wall of the cave and cannot turn their heads to look up through the entrance behind them. At some distance behind them, up near the entrance to the cave, a fire is burning, and objects pass in front of the fire so that they can cast their shadows on the back wall where the prisoners see the moving shadows projected as if on a screen. All kinds of objects are paraded before the fire, including statues of men and animals whose shadows dance on the wall in front of the prisoners. Those prisoners are like ourselves. The prisoners see nothing of themselves or each other except for the shadows each one's body casts on the back walls of the cave. Similarly, they see nothing of the objects behind them except for the shadows moving on the wall. Now imagine the prisoners were able to talk with each other, and suppose their voices echoed off the wall so that the voices seemed to be coming from their own shadows. They wouldn't wouldn't they talk and refer to these shadows as if the shadows were real? For the prisoners, reality would consist of nothing but the shadows. But next, imagine that one of the prisoners was freed from his chains. Suppose he was suddenly forced to stand up and face toward the entrance of the cave, and then forced to walk up toward the burning fire. The movement would be painful, and the glare from the fire would blind him so that he would not see clearly the real object whose shadows he used to watch. What would he think if someone explained that everything he had seen before was an illusion, and that now he was nearer to reality and that his vision was actually clearer?